All right, we are ready to go.
Okay, everybody's in now, Mauro.
Okay, so hello everyone. Be welcome to another town hall to meet the projects, know more what is happening into Cardano ecosystem, know more about the job, their team, ask questions, meet the people behind each project. As always, be welcome. So, to the European Town Hall. And what happened this week? What happened this week? A big announcements of Cody Network. DJ is launched. Now it's alive. You can have it, you can mint it, you can buy it. I don't know if anyone here bought yesterday a DJ. If you want to share your experience, will be awesome. So anyone wants to open the mic and say how was that experience or not?
I personally am still in observation mode, so we'll see.
Same here. Same here.
Hey.
Okay.
I just yesterday I bought some Shen from MinSwap.
And how was the experience?
Now, actually, I bought it from Wind Rider, and I was really surprised. The Wind Rider DEX, it processes really fast the transaction. So you do a swap, and in 1 minute you get the tokens. I was really surprised, and I saw the chart that is doing some spikes, like from 5% spikes to 30% spikes. So I'm trying to catch a spike, you know, but I was not so like, it was stopping a bit before my limit order in MinSwap. So yeah, I'm just playing a bit with that.
Okay, so was a good experience.
Yeah. It was fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Really happy to hear that. Well, as always, this is the mantra of Catalyst and communities. It's in different languages, so this is a mix. It's always a mess to do it, but it's fun. So I will start in Italian, and if anyone here knows French, Deutsch, we can do it together. So, benvenuti all'esperimento. Anyone knows French?
Les choses peuvent.
Good. Portuguese?
Quebrar?
German? Deutsch?
Fehlende Dokumentation.
Nederlands wel.
The next one is tricky, huh?
Isn't that, yeah. Well, no problem.
Swedish, yeah. I would say we skip that one unless we have someone from Sweden.
Oh, come on. Let's do this. Let's do this. It may break.
You do that.
Ska jag mycket att mellan olika iterationer Billy.
Very good.
Different, overload, and inspire. And Jennifer, can you read our goal, please?
Yeah, sure. Provide a safe and lively environment for you to explore the highest potential de la colaboración humana.
It's perfecto. Perfecto. Good Spanish. Good.
Thank you for giving me the easy one.
So remember that we make Twitter spaces to give all the information in different language to approach every single human being around the world. We are trying to expand what happened, the projects, etc. So we now make spaces in Portuguese, Greek, Deutsch, and Italian. So if you want to join, just go to our social media. And if you want to host a space in any language, just ask someone from the team. So this is all our social media, so where you can connect with us. If you have a question, if you want to see, again, this town hall is going to be available on YouTube. We have LinkedIn, Twitter, Discord server, etc. And I'm going to stop talking to give the word to Marcus to be the welcome our first project of the evening. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'm really thrilled to announce Nunet, an absolutely fascinating project. And we have Jennifer here, and she's responsible for the communications and She's got a great Discord. You should join definitely. We will post the link also in the box below. Jennifer, off to start.
Thank you, Marcus, and thanks for having us on here. So, for those that may not know too much about NewNet, we are basically trying to decentralize on a hardware level. So, building this global economy of decentralized computing. And we actually have two use cases that are on Cardano right now. The first, which was rewarded in Fund 7, which was decentralizing SPOs. And then our second one, which is decentralizing GPU for machine learning. So today I would like to just kind of give an introduction as to what at NewNet are doing right now, and how we're aiding in decentralizing Cardano on a hardware level, and some nice little initiatives that we have up and running for the community. So as I mentioned, the decentralized GPU machine learning use case, we're currently today actually opened our first community testing round on that. And basically with this use case, we would be decentralizing GPUs that can be used to train machine learning models for SPOs, anything to do with AI essentially, rather than relying on kind of big tech corporations, which is what a lot of AI companies have to rely on now, because it's quite costly to set up your own rig and everything for GPU. So what we're trying to do is decentralize all of that. So we won this funding for this in Fund 8, and we began the testing today. So already there has been kind of some quite good developments in that test, and this will be the first in many test campaigns. But this test campaign is really focused on examining and collecting feedback for our current test management procedure, which will be vital once we launch public alpha, which hopefully is on track for the end of Q1 of this year. And we're also testing communication between testers, our community moderators, and the NewNet development team. And then probably the most exciting part for most is we're actually starting to test our rewarding structure. So already today we've kind of relooked a lot of the documentation. The community has provided some really good feedback as to how we can lay out and structure all the documentation to make it easier for people to onboard. And this test will run for 7 days. So it began today, will end on February 9th. And after that, we'll have some reporting. We'll ask the community to kind of give some feedback, the testers to give feedback, and then publish that report, and then move on to our next testing campaign. So this campaign, as I mentioned, will be the first to test our kind of compensation structure. So for this test campaign, we have delegated a certain amount of NTX for compensation, which also ties into our earn drop initiative, which I will let you know a little bit more about later. But basically for this, there's going to be 2 tiers for testing. So the first tier will look at NTX being distributed for people that are onboarding their devices. And then the second tier will be NTX rewarded for testers that provide community participation, or sorry, testers participation in terms of providing suggestions, providing detailed feedback for testing, and basically reporting and changing the procedure itself so we can make it a little bit better. And one thing that we're working on, and we've released 2 or 3 of them already, is our NFT claim portal. So part of the earn drop, and maybe I should touch a little bit on the earn drop, but we set up this initiative of an earn drop because the vision of NewNet is for it to grow into a fully decentralized project that's driven by the community. So what we did is we created this earn drop campaign that looks at incentivizing platform usage, visibility, community usage, community involvement, and rewarding those people. So what we're doing here is using some of these NFTs, which will have utility on the platform as an incentivization to and a reputation system within Nunet, that people will be able to come on and get discounts on the platform if they're using it to build something with these NFTs and everything like that. So we're really looking, and we're developing that claim portal at the moment. It's taking a little bit of time because we want everything done right. And of course, we're focusing a lot on building our use cases. But that's kind of some exciting updates. Aside from the GPU onboarding, we also have onboarded over 250, maybe 260 CPU providers right now, which we are every week expanding. And basically, this was the first initial kind of launch of the platform where people could onboard their devices, and now we're kind of focusing on use cases. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing from a development perspective, but something maybe that the community may like to know about is our second earn drop initiative, where we work with single stake SPOs. And basically what we would do is, what we are doing is we're rewarding delegators that hold at least 10,000 NTX and that have staked, I believe it's 150 ADA in the same wallet, and have delegated to certain lists of single stake SPOs. And we've provided that list. It's up on our blog on Medium. These SPOs were picked by us because they actively got involved in the Nunet project by filling out our first and second call for SPOs. And before people come in and ask of where can I sign up, if you haven't already signed up as an SPO, we currently do not have a third open call open yet, but keep an eye on our socials, especially on Discord, to see when the next call will be open. And you can join on, and hopefully when we have another earn drop with SPOs, we can get you involved in that as well. So that earn drop, the first snapshot will occur on February 4th, which I believe is 2 days away from now. And users that would like to participate must have their 10,000 NTX and delegated to the chosen SPOs and staked at least 150 ADA to those pools before that time in order to qualify for the first epic of awards. So this will run for 10 epics, and it will start claiming on February 14th, and then it will end on March 31st. But the community has up until April 30th to claim their rewards. What's different from this one to the last one is the last one you had to claim every epic. But with this one now, you can claim all at once to save on some transaction fees. That's a little something that we learned from the first initiative. And yeah, that's kind of what we've been doing on the kind of community side of things at Nunet.
Wonderful. I think the claim will be over Total Drop currently, correct?
Yes, sorry, I forgot to mention. Yes, it will be on Toshi Drops. Yes,
Yeah.
so we're excited to work with them. We've been in contact with them over the last while, and I know we got some suggestions from the community, and it's important for us to support some other Cardano projects as well. So we're really happy to be working with them.
Yeah, the good thing about Nunet is in my eyes, you go full decentralization, so you're supporting single pool operators the most. And when I first, I would say we're going into Q&A now. So if you have questions, just drop them into the chat so that Jennifer can answer them. I will start off with the first thought that I had about Nunet when I heard about it was, I thought of a replacement of something like Arweave or Filecoin or something. Is that something that is a vision that can be brought up to?
Yes, so for us, we would actually look at so Filecoin is a decentralized data storage marketplace, whereas we're more compute power. So we would actually look at, Filecoin for us actually could be a potential partner where we could integrate with them. Where there is a lot of decentralized storage, which obviously Nunet will work on too, but we're more focused on the kind of hardware level. So that's where we kind of fit into that. But yeah, there's an overlap, I guess, there with that.
Yeah, totally. If I don't see another one yet, so I just continue until somebody drops.
I think Lucas has one question regarding
Yeah.
the platform for the drops. I think he didn't know the platform. Maybe Marcus, you can put in the name of the platform.
Yeah.
Close drops, yeah.
Yeah. We put the link in the description as well then. And the network specs for SPOs are relatively high with 10 MPS upload and 125 MPS download speed. What is the regional strategy like? I have in mind, like Western country infrastructure serves low income, low bandwidth countries. How is that? Is that something that you have already?
Yes. So that's something that we're actively working on. That would be like a data persistence, I guess, issue of like if one machine goes down, can we get another machine to bring it up? We actually ran a little, so every Friday at Noonet, we actually do a technical discussion. And one week we actually did data persistence, and we kind of went into detail of, you know, kind of the solutions that so we're in the design phase for it now of looking at the solutions for it. But yeah, that's an issue that is we are very much aware of, and we're actively working on. But in terms of an answer, I wouldn't like to kind of say anything because it's a little bit too technical for me, but we're open source, so you can go onto our GitHub and everything is essentially there, and we would actually, you know, if there is, you know, data persistence experts out there, we would encourage you guys to come in and have a look and see if there's any way, you know, and look at our technical discussions and see is there any way that you guys can help us with some of that. We would very much welcome that. The way we kind of look at we really like being open source, because there's so much knowledge in this world, and if you're kind of closed source and you only have your team knowledge, it's very limiting. So being open source already, even with this first testing campaign, it's opened our eyes to like so many different things about simple things about how we lay out documentation and the natural process flow, and even just like numbering things. So we would encourage everyone to have a look at our Git and see if you can help us, GitLab, sorry, in any way. But yeah, that's something that we're actively thinking about and trying to solve.
Shall we drop the YouTube Q&As also?
Yes, I can send that to you now.
Because they're really good, and the community is very welcoming. So if you ask some questions, for example, I'm trying to set this up on a MacBook, and one which is currently not so well working because of the VMware or the VM machine, because they're natively not going through. So these are the things that are getting answered, and now I'm learning from this, and I still try, and maybe I'll make it. Maybe not, but we'll get there together, I think. Thank you so much. I think if anybody has questions more, just join the Discord. We have it in the European Cardano Discord as well. We have a connection there. You can follow the announcements of Jennifer, and you also have the join link in there too, so you can join directly from our Discord. And that wraps it up for me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks again for having me, and hopefully we can be on a couple of more and bring some more news.
Thank you.
Outstanding presentation and good host, Marcus. Thank you very much, guys. So, Ricardo, do you want to onboard our next project?
Yeah, we have the guys from Cardano Link. Thank you for being with us. Yeah, just take it away. So my son just turned out the light in the room.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Fanny. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Michele. Okay, I have 25 years and I'm the only one guy that work on Cardano Link. I'm alone behind this project, and I start on 2022 on March, April with the study of the basic code. After joining the world of cryptocurrency, I decided to go more deeper and start to study more programming, more start from HTML, CSS, and JS. And during this time, I just create my first website, first stuff, and on June I launched Cardano Link, which is a simple collection of link. The name Cardano Link, the on official, only with official link of Cardano. But in the next month, I continue to develop. I found there is how to say a problem on information, because I don't never find a place with all information. There is the essential Cardano list, but this is not full, because people need GUID, need documents, need repository, need a link for join and discover this ecosystem. So with Cardano link, I want this. This is my goal and the Cardano link goal. I divide the website on in each section, from community, from channel page to the DeFi page, from a single page dedicated to developers. And in every page, there is a more section where people can find more information. I mean, in community page, you can find for the SPO, artists, the new, the podcast, the alliance, and the project focused on your community. In the channel page, you can find all the Telegram channel without looking on Google. It's all in one place. And there is more. There is the NFT page where I choose to not list the NFT project, but I choose to. I looking for something different. I put in the tools, the marketplace, where people can mint, something like this. Not because I think there is much better service. This Jungle NFT or Cardano Cube can make a good work for NFT. And there is a tool section because we need tools in Cardano. We need tools now, and we have a section for Explorer, from the various studio, from useful tool, from a calendar or something cool on Cardano. And there is a little section for Milkomeda, because this section was created before this is added to the official Milkomeda website. And so I made this decision to create this little section, because 1 year ago, on 6 months ago, there's nothing about Milkomeda on Google. And this is I'm working now on a future that you can switch the language now in English, and the next it is Italian. But I hope I can do more languages, maybe Deutsch or Spanish or French, with help of someone, because I only speak Italian and English.
Michele, would you like to show the portal, the website?
Yes, just one moment. Okay, you can see.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, this is the home page where you can find all the important information here. I mean, if you are looking for a quick links or what is the last update, or what is the last ad, or the price, the epoch of the link. And now there is 381 links, and I plan to add more. more, and my personal goal is 500 or 600 to the end of 2023. This so double this number. I know about to double this number. After this, I'm working now on a stake pool. I'm working on a stake pool for Cardano Link, so I want to make more for the community, more for the chain. After help with this website, I want to help with a stake pool. With the ticker of C-Link, you can find now on Prepod. I'm testing, and maybe I will launch on the end of March, but we'll follow the update.
Great. I mean,
Yes,
one
this
question
is
I have, Michele, one question I have is there are hundreds of different blockchains out there. So why did you choose Cardano to be your main focus of attention? Because I think it's a lot of effort. And so tell us what was your journey into Cardano?
okay. I discovered the crypto on 2020, and I learn all it work, all the model work, all the other blockchain work, and this is better. I mean, for me, it's better. I found the handbook, I found all Cardano work, all the EUTX work, and this is
So from the
beautiful.
technological part, you fell in love, basically.
Yeah, I found an awesome community. I don't expect it really. It's difficult to explain. I went to the Cardano Summit on
In Lausanne.
Lausanne, yes, and after this I decided no, I need more. I need to do more. I will open a stake pool. I will make more for the website because this is fantastic. I mean, I don't know how to describe this sensation, but this is fantastic.
Yeah.
That is this is why Cardano.
Well, Michelle, it's very nice to know your face. If you don't know, Michelle handle the Italian spaces with Davide and Giovanni, and they are doing a great work. And my question is, how are you handle all of this by yourself? I think it's not that easy.
It's simple. It's simple
Oh,
because
okay.
I like it, and so yes, this is I like it, and I think this is the future. The blockchain is the future, and the Cardano is my future. So I want to make more. That's it. No.
Excellent. Very, very nice initiative. And really appreciate that you took the time today. Yeah.
Thank you too for the invite. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your enthusiasm. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We love it. Yeah. Yeah, and I think the community in the Twitter spaces in Italian, I think those are the biggest groups actually in the European town hall at the moment. So it really means a lot that you're helping there as well. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for your motivation.
Thank you, guys. This is so exciting for me. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. And now our third and last guest is someone that I like his life history. He has a good history on his back, working in the community, and he gets hired by a good project with a high background. So be my guest. Where is it? Hey, Evangelos. He helped with the first Greek space. He's a good friend. He's good people. So how are you, Evangelos, today?
Thank you very much for this awesome intro. I'm really good today. I was studying a bit. I'm gonna start studying psychology in the Netherlands now, and I'm really excited. Also, as you described it, how this journey in Cardano has started and has developed for me, because I started as a simple trader and investor, and following it, I took times off my work. I traveled to Lausanne to Summit, and there I found Max van Rossem. He's the founder of the ADA timestamp. He's with us today. Hey, Max.
Hey guys.
And we start this collaboration with this unique NFT project. Is an NFT project where when you buy it, you mint time and you have right on the time. Actually, what we do is we take the Ouroboros system, the Cardano, we unfold it, and we make a map of time. And there you can buy every day as an NFT, and you can store your JPEG, your video, whatever you choose, in a decentralized storage. So, and you can leave it there for the future generations as a legacy. And in our future plans is to build a decentralized museum, a museum that everybody will be able to see what the community of Cardano, and maybe not only of Cardano, of other chains or the cryptocurrency community, will choose to build and leave as a legacy for the future generations. That's a small intro, and I think Max can tell you the rest.
Yeah, that's a great summary, Evangelos. There's can I share my screen? Is that possible?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I made a little shorter version, I think, of one of the presentations we've done before. It says you cannot start sharing screen yet.
Maybe try now.
Done. Sorry.
Yes. Oh, yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah. Can you see my screen? I think you're
Yes.
seeing similar stuff, but yeah. So as Evangelos said, yeah, you know, we're starting this new project that we've yeah, I think launched last year in November. Before that, I'm co-founder of Amsterdam Node as well. So we've organized a couple of summits in Amsterdam. I was also in Lausanne Summit. That's where we Evangelos and I met over a beer. And yeah, I love it. You know, the Cardano community, the big ideas, the huge amount of enthusiasm. It's amazing. You know, it's very infectious, and I can totally, you know, hear the story also in Cardano Link, where that comes from. Yeah, and so as Amsterdam Node, you know, we were just a stake pool for quite a few years, and we decided, you know, come on guys, let's get our hands dirty. Let's learn even more. And for us, that was ADA timestamp. And indeed, as Evangelos said, you know, the first thing we were trying to do was do something a little bit innovative, where you had a lot of people, you know, attaching images to NFTs. And we were like, well, okay, that's certainly, you know, an interesting way to make it collectible. But we were trying to really tap into on a deep level with Ouroboros. And one of the things that Ouroboros defines in a very specific way is time itself. So we thought, well, that is a really interesting way to make an NFT that can be split up into, you know, with the same level of surety as the Cardano blockchain, moments in time. And then the idea, of course, being that after you own that moment, you can also customize it, because we all have our own individual timelines. But hey, come on, we're living on the blockchain. Let's share a timeline and customize pieces of it. So that's where this idea of the open museum comes from, where shared memories are stored. And then, you know, hopefully also let's projects build in a really new way, where you have this governance aspect, which is carried by the Cardano blockchain as well, that you can start projects or timelines that are shared across people and not just individuals. And then, you know, how do we do that? That, of course, comes from, you know, defining an owning of a moment in time. Really comes down to how the Ouroboros protocol works, but we've got a technical paper on that on our website that you can check out. It's quite straightforward. But yeah, right now we just began the sale of the very first era, which was Byron, of course, it was 1,041 days. And then we match days 1-to-1 as we define them by Ouroboros. But the real fact of what makes us excited about is this next layer that we want to build, is where you can actually start adding to the museum itself, right? And this is just a little infographic of, yeah, you can add, it's in the same way that you have the ledger of the Cardano, where you add to, you know, the transactions. Here it's you're adding to the ledger of a specific moment in time and adding to its history. So there's a little illustrative image of, you know, what does that mean? Of course, this is just quickly thrown together here, but if you go to our website, you'll get a better idea of the real experience, you know, that we spent a lot of time on and worked together with some fantastic web developers. You know, we want to make this really visual, this blockchain, and start humanizing it in a way where blocks and moments are, become more, let's say, interwoven with people and humanity. And that's in short here what we're trying to build.
Could I add something, Max, here?
Yeah,
As
of
we're
course.
in the website. You can see on the website these NFTs. These NFTs have been created from Dimitris Lavdopoulos. He's a Greek recognized internationally artist. I think currently he's working also with Apple, projects with Apple. And he's the same artist, director, and creator of the Cardano roadmap.org. So the original art of that you see in the Cardano roadmap is exactly the same artist that minted our first around 900 NFTs, the Byron era, from Genesis until 2019. And yeah, I think it's a nice point to point out. That's why I want to add it.
Yeah, that's a great tidbit. I mean, so the team behind this, all of us are technical. We're not artists. And when we first presented this at the Cardano Summit in Amsterdam, everybody said we want images. Of course, we were all thinking, but we're already, defining moments in time. So then we went out looking for an artist, and Dimitris was happy enough to work with us. So that was really, really great. And really now we're using the NFT sale for Byron as a way to finance the next step of development. So yeah, we're fully doxed. We're organizing events. We're trying to build this project, and we're also just looking for a lot of feedback because we ourselves find this a fascinating way of creating a new timeline. But we want to hear from the community as well. Like, what are we doing right? Is this hitting something that you find interesting? Just anything in terms of feedback will be good to hear. And we're also going to change up our sale pattern a lot because we've already heard, we were first randomizing the moments in time. We've heard from people that they want to select their exact moment in time. So we're going to work with JPEG Store on how to fix that. But yeah, so core of the metadata of images that people upload. But of course, this governance aspect is also really interesting, where you can get people to vote and add tags to certain content of the museum itself. Yeah, so that's the Cardano roadmap. And I hope, this has become a little bit more clear to everybody. And if it sounds interesting, or if you have questions, please reach out.
I think there are some questions from Quasar.
Great.
Oh, he's in multitasking mode. So now there was two questions actually from him. Talk about the reputation model and how much for 1 minute. And then mind dropping a link to an NFT on Pool PM. Those are the three questions. So I read them out again.
Oh, okay, they're
for 1 minute. Then the reputation model, and then a link to a NFT on Pool PM.
So I don't know exactly what he means by the reputation model. Does he mean the governance around the timeline, or what?
Quasar's here. He can speak for himself here. So those all three of those questions were tongue-in-cheek, a little bit sarcastic, but also a little bit theoretical. For the reputation model, this is something that we talk about with decentralized identity and VC, verified credentials and things. I'm a little bit divergent on what the standards are for reputations and identity. I feel like there's other ways to approach it, or at least look at it. And when I saw the timeline of, it looked like it was days or things, the moments that you add to there,
Mhm.
that is your history. So that is, you know, a type of reputation. I'm not trying to say, let's take this over to W3C, you know, and get in with the Decentralized Identity Foundation with the idea, but it's the idea that came to my mind. And when I first saw your project, it sparked a certain part of my imagination that has to do with the theory of time versus the theory of moments or duration. So, you know, humans experience time often linearly, but if we look towards computer science and programming, time is actually programmed. It's built. It's, you know, it's very important. So, yeah, I mean, I love what you're doing here on a aesthetic, theoretic, the whole model, but I'm a little broke right now, so I don't know if I can get a whole moment. So can I get a fractionalize a moment?
That's exactly what we've heard from a lot of people, like that, like it's great, but it's quite expensive. And we thought initially when we launched, like, yeah, it is because Dimitri's made them, and yeah, we have to pay him as well. But it was also more about, you know, you can fracturize it, of course. So the way that we've designed the NFTs themselves are that the metadata is already ready for them to be fracturized, because that's the massive, I think, advantage of the way that we've set it up. Is I think we're one of the first NFTs that has been thinking about metadata from the very, very beginning. That's why we have a technical paper also that explains the whole concept before we ever minted. And we shared it also with Manuel Chakravarti, for example, from IOG research team, to ask him, like, hey, this is what we're thinking of doing. And he very graciously reviewed it for us and gave us some pointers. And yeah, it is possible to fracture it, right? So that's another reason why the price is where it is at the moment, is because down the line, we can write smart contracts that you can fracture this into smaller segments because of the very extremely exact way in which time is defined by the ORS protocol and also by our NFTs themselves. So they're, yeah, in essence, like mini NFT drops by day. You could see it if someone wants to fracture it into hours, for example. But yeah, we're also we just want to build this museum, you know, so we're like, okay, it's too expensive for people. The market has dropped a lot. So we're in discussions now with the front-end developers, like, all right, how do we make an absolute MVP? Because if you look at our visual engine, it's not your standard website, right? There's a lot of visual thoughts and FX that has gone into the experience of making a blockchain scrollable, as it were. So we're trying to find a balance in there, and we're also just interested to know from the community, like, what are the first things you want to see, and also super important when it comes to reputational model. Once you upload something, the idea is, of course, that we upload it to IPFS, the likes of what we were just talking about, you know, Filecoin. There's all these different perma web storage options. We have to be very careful in that, let's say, supply chain of data going to a permanent storage. So we're not saying, hey, you upload it, boom, we immediately put it on the museum and we put it into permanent storage. No way. There has to be a curation method. And of course, at the very beginning, we have to make sure that there's no random shit being uploaded or illegal stuff. But of course, the idea is that you get into a decentralized governance model where the community sets the standards and is able to perform that.
Well,
Thank you.
JP, are you there? Just 1 second. I want you to know someone of the audience. If he can talk right now, I will send his profile, but he's working with IOG to build the Cardano template. Yeah. How are you, JP?
Hey,
Hi, how are you? I can't speak right now, but I have talked with someone from Timestamp. I love your project. I think that what Wasar was trying to say about the reputation model is about how do you define which information has it has to have priority in the timeline, because it's about money. People with more money will decide which is information that will be preserved.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're totally right. So there are two models that we thought about to extend the timeline and give visibility to other people as well. You know, because the fact is, at the moment, in some senses, it's not decentralized, right? Because when somebody owns a moment, they are the ones that are allowed to write it. And that can also have consequences for the amount of visibility, you know, how relevant the website is. But yeah, we have ways in which we can actually extend it a lot, because of course the public blockchain has a lot of data that is able to visualize. And I saw that also, Jotape, that you did that already in a really fascinating way, in more of a timeline way of significant events. And yeah, we definitely need to catch up, man. There are some big ideas.
We could make
Yes,
Cardano for you guys next time.
Very good.
Just kidding.
Very interesting. Yeah.
We have a little bit of
well,
a time.
guys,
We have-
I have to leave, but I love your project, and we will be in touch for sure.
For sure.
See you, Jotape.
We'll be in touch with that.
Bye.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you. We want to switch now. Thank you for the great presentation, Max. We want to switch now to a little closeout regarding Catalyst and Catalyst Circle, as we have Quasar here also, who's a very good spokesperson. We have a change in Catalyst Circle who are on it, and most of the people are probably interested in what is about Fund 10. Quasar, do you want to join the discussion again for about 2 minutes or so to wrap it up?
Sure, I can provide a little bit of an update. And talking about reputation models being introduced as being part of Catalyst Circle, I don't know how that's going to work out for my reputation. Right now, everything is on hold. IOG and the community have some work to do, some retrospectives, some processes, some organization, gap analysis. We've identified some issues that need to be addressed, that have to be addressed to manage just the funds, you know, or be a responsible steward in what's being delivered. So as part of this, the circle had its election back in December. So you now have CCB4, and I hope their meetings are, they've been having some meetings. We'll get more information on that soon. But I have confidence that they are a strong enough team with enough understanding and passion to help jumpstart the next iteration of Project Catalyst. And I am, you know, branding it as Fund X. So
yeah, and we have a new member, Darlington from Lighter Nation, who's absolutely amazing in what he's doing. He's doing a lot for the community, and I think he's a very good pick. So
I love everyone that was chosen. I love the people that are there now. Have a ton of confidence in all of them. I didn't want to overplay how much confidence I have in them, because they're fantastic. And so we've got Hosky. I don't know if you've heard or know who Hosky is. He's kind of cool. And then, you know, Patrick Tobler, NFT Maker Pro. Melanie Duhan. She's not part of Drip Drops, but she's very involved there. So she's got a very strong network. And then Darlington. and also Nebi, who is from Ethiopia, that's built a really awesome Telegram native wallet. It's still in testnet, but yeah, it's called the Endubis wallet, and this is the European town hall. I'm pretty sure most of you use Telegram. Telegram seems so European.
What do you
Yeah.
use in the US then? I thought everybody was using it in crypto.
In the US, actually, we send messages on the blockchain. No, I've had a Telegram chat account for 7 years probably, and it just got too overwhelming. So I started afresh, and specifically once I heard about the Endubis wallet, I'm like, okay, this will bring me back to Telegram. And so I'm getting my feet wet in that space again.
I think it's overwhelming. Thank you so much. And regarding your reputation, you're very active in the space. So I don't think you're here to promote yourself here, just here to inform and to bring back a good vibe into Catalyst. And I think that's a good thing. Thank you so much. I hand over again back to Mauro. Bye-bye, guys.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marco. Thank you, everyone here. Thank you for the presentations. Thank you, Quasar, as always, for the news of the circle, from being here. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this town hall. I think we had fun. It's always lovely to see the faces behind the projects, as I always say. And remember that this meeting is recorded. The recording is going to be available on YouTube. Some people ask me on Discord that they could not be here today, but they will watch the recording. So let's keep pushing the presentation. So guys, thank you so much. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon, have a good evening. So
Thank you for
bye-bye.
joining. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much,
inviting
guys.
us.
This town
See you in
hall's
the
better.
next spaces. See you in the next spaces or town halls. Remember that if you want to host in any particular language, you can ask for the team. And if you want to come in another town hall, just jump up on Zoom. Goodbye, guys.
This is the
Bye.
best
Very
town
much.
hall.
Bye.
Thank you.
This
Bye-bye.
is.
This is the best town hall, by the way. Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
have to-
Goedenavond allemaal.
I have to say that at the next town hall too, though. So.
Yeah.